Jalaluddin Rumi is considered by modern scholars to be one of the Sufis who has a view on the transcendence unity of religions. Is it correct? Let's take a look at his views. For Rumi, God manifests himself in thousands of ways and forms, and he is the omnipresent in every form. Rumi maintains, for God declares, I was a hidden treasure and I love to be known. This is to say, I created all the world to manifest my reality, now through graciousness, now through severity. Everything in the cosmos, both moving and seemingly immovable ones, according to Rumi, is the self-manifestation of God. The good, the bad, understanding, thoughts, beliefs, and whatever are his manifestations, and only obey the purpose of his manifestation. Rumi explains, therefore, day and night people are forever revealing God, but while some understand this, others are unaware. In either case, the manifestation of God's will is certain. For example, a prince orders a man to be beaten, and the man screams and shouts with pain. Still, everyone sees that both beater and beaten are revealing the prince's authority. In Rumi's view, the religious diversity is actually God's will, and it is the nature of the world. Rumi also states that it is impossible for there to be only one religion in the world, say only Islam or Christianity in the entire world. The diversity of religions and the differences amongst them are a certainty that is determined by the worldly conditions. When someone said, so that our religion may become one, Rumi replied, when has a religion ever been one? There have always been two or three, and they have always had war and fighting between them. How do you expect to make religion one? It will be one only in the next world, at the resurrection. As for this present world, it isn't possible here, for here each religion has a different desire and design. Here unity is impossible. It will be possible only at the resurrection, when humanity becomes one, and all people fix their eyes on one place, and all have one ear and one tongue. It means that the religious diversity is merely from God. By affirming this, all believers from various religions can build a harmonious social life without any religious conflict at all. However, Rumi is also aware that the religious diversity often turns into conflict and disaster. He investigates that the cause is the narrow perspective in seeing the one. Most people only see the visible and neglect the unseen. Rumi sings, the earthenware lamp and this wick lamp are different, but its light is not different, it is from yonder. God's messenger differs in the shape of their lamp due to the context of their setting and era, but essentially the radiance emanating from their lamp is the same. Rumi conveys an interesting metaphor in Mathnawi which is quite familiar. The elephant was in a dark house. Some Hindus had brought it for exhibition. In order to see it, many people were going into that darkness. As seeing it with the eye was impossible, each one was feeling it in the dark with the palm of his hand. The hand of one fell on its trunk. He said, this creature is like a water pipe. The hand of another touched its ear. To him it appeared to be like a fan. Since another handled its leg, he said, I found the elephant's shape to be like a pillar. Another laid his hand on its back. He said, truly this elephant was like a throne. Similarly, whenever anyone heard a description of the elephant, he understood it only in respect of the part that he had touched. On account of the diverse objects of view, their statement differed. One man entitled it Dal, another Alif. If there had been a candle in each one's hand, the difference would have gone out of their words. The candle is certainly the inner vision of Gnostics who can apprehend what lies apparent reality. But of course, not everyone has that kind of inner vision of the Gnostics. Rumi was one of them. He actually would say that humans often fight and even kill each other just because of formal differences. If only they knew the essence of everything, they would stop fighting and then fixate on the same thing. Rumi continues, the eye of sense perception is only like the palm of the hand. The palm hath not power to reach the whole of it. The eye of the sea is one thing and the foam another. Leave the foam and look with the eye of the sea. On another page, Rumi tells a similar thing about the quarrel of several persons who, because of their ignorance of meaning, were persistent on forms. A certain man gave a dirham to 4 persons. One of them, a Persian, said, I'll spend this on angur. The second one was an Arab. He said, no, I want inab, not angur. "Oh rascal." The third was a Turkic. He said, "This money is mine. I don't want enough. I want Uzum." The fourth, a Greek, said, "Stop this talk. I want Istafil." These people began fighting in contention with one another because they were unaware of the hidden meaning of the names. In their folly, they smoothed each other with their fists. They were full of ignorance and empty of knowledge. If a master of the esoteric had been there, a revered and many-languaged man, he would have pacified them. And then he would have said, "With this one to whom I will give all of you what you wish." In the two stories told by Rumi, we can take a conclusion that differences in thoughts, beliefs, and others are merely outward forms like language, while when people go to the heart of the meaning, they are actually talking about the same subject. However, the problem is when one only cares about outward forms and neglects that behind a form there is a hidden meaning. According to Rumi, human beings actually worship the same worshipped, but most of them are more inclined to one form and then disagree with other forms, all of which are undeniably created forms. Hence, most of the people conceptualize and bind God according to their own belief, and negate God who is believed by others. Rumi asserts, "Since all forms were created, do not identify God with any form. Do not associate him with any form. If that is so, who is worshipped by all people is the same divine being." But some have set their face towards the tail and have lost the head, although the head is principal. Rumi seriously underlines that the diversity of religions in their various forms are just different lanterns. But for people who see the light, the diversity disappears. He writes, "If thou keep looking at the glass, thou wilt be lost, because from the glass arise the numbers of dualism. But if thou keep thy gaze fixed upon the light, thou wilt be delivered from dualism and the numbers of the infinite body. From the place of view, O thou who art the kernel of the existence, there arises the difference between the true believer and the Zoroastrian and the Jew." On another page, Rumi describes that the religious diversity is like single lights that enters a house. Just as single lights of the sun in heaven is 100 in relation to house codes on which it shines. But when you remove the wall, all the lights falling on them are one. When the bodily houses have no foundation remaining, the faithful remain one soul. We can say that viewed from the inside, the house consists of many rooms and windows. All the lights that enters the house also depends on the shape of windows of each room in it. The single lights that enters each window takes a different form and way. Everyone in the room would say, "This is my light." A person in another room also says, "This is my light." Only if the single light is seen from the interior of the house do the differences appear. But as viewed from the outside, the house is actually one, and the light that enters it is also only one. We just need to go outside and see that there is only one sun of truth. Differences in form and sharia are often seen by most people as absolute differences that cannot be tolerated at all. In fact, all forms have the same root. Rumi explains it interestingly. In reality, that which truth is a single thing, but it appears to be many. We are possessed by 100 different desires. "I want vermicelli," we say. "I want ravioli. I want halva. I want fritters. I want fruit. I want dates." We name these one by one, but the root of the matter is a single thing. The root is hunger. Don't you see how once we have our fill of but one thing, we say nothing else is necessary. Therefore, it was not 10 or 100 things, but one thing that drew us. If asked who created the religious diversity in the world, Rumi would certainly answer, God is the only creator. It is undeniable that God is the source of the diverse life in the world, including religions. However, the diversity is beating with the same heart. Rumi maintains each glorifies thee in a different fashion, and that one is unaware of the states of this one. Mantis believes in the glorification uttered by inanimate things, but those inanimate things are masters in performing worship. Nay, the 72 sects, everyone, are unaware of the real states of each other and in a great doubt. In Rumi's eye, various religions are a means to achieve the ultimate goal, not the ultimate goal itself. Therefore, people who put religion as the ultimate goal are certainly veiled by something that they have made themselves. Only focusing on forms makes one failed to grasp the meaning. He is willed to be able to see the axis of beliefs and just perches on the periphery. Quotes, "The faithful are numerous, but the faith is one. Their body is numerous, but their soul is one." Phenomenal forms are diverse, and so are religions and beliefs. In spite of being diverse, one should have a wise view that all are in the hand of the all-encompassing one. Man as the reasoning animal should be able to transcend his eye of sense perception and comprehend the one in the many and the many as the one. Rumi reveals, if you count 100 apples or 100 quinces, they do not remain 100 but become one when you crush them together. See you.